Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with writing skills, and letter writing is a very important part of writing skills. It constitutes around 8 marks in your exams. So, we are going to start with it today. Okay? Before starting with letter writing, I want to ask a few questions. Have you heard in old times people used to send letters via pigeons? The pigeons used to carry letters to the destinations, to where the letter is supposed to reach. The pigeons used to carry that letter. Can you all imagine this happening in your real lives? Do you think that such a thing can happen in today's time? And if somebody sends you a letter, what would be your reaction? Or do you feel like sending somebody a letter? Why people used to send letters in old times? Because the letters used to have that personal touch. Emotions were attached to those letters. What sort of emotions? When you are sending letters by writing in your own hand, the person receiving it after so many days feels the connection to the writer. Do you also think that such things might happen? I remember my mother telling me that in her time, when she was young, people used to send letters, and the letters used to reach after 15 days, 20 days, a month even. And when the postman used to come to her home or to the village, in fact, the people got excited about, oh, who has got the letter? Oh, what is the news? And all the people used to gather around that postman. That postman was given so much of importance that he has brought some good news, or he has brought some message from the family members. That postman was like a messiah for people. This was the importance of letter writing in those times. But today we have the emails, we have text messages. So these letters have somewhat they have drastically reduced, and it is good also because we are saving paper. But in the technology also, in the email also, we have to follow some protocols. Okay? We have to follow some protocols, we have to follow some formats. Now, coming to letter writing, letters are of two types. One is formal letter, which we are going to do right now, and the other one is informal letter. What are the two letters? The formal letter and the informal letter. Formal letter follows a formal and ceremonious language. Formal language is there in formal letters. What do you understand by formal language? Where there is some sort of a pattern, where you are writing to a higher authority, where the letter follows a pattern, where you are writing for the official purpose to the authorities or some dignitaries or your colleagues or your seniors or your principal or your teachers. It can be anybody, but not in your relation. It is not for personal contacts. You are not who are these formal people with whom you have that professional connection. You don't have any personal sort of interaction with these people. You don't go and sit with these people every day and say, oh, hi, how are you? You're not going to talk about their personal lives. You're not going to talk about your problems. You're just connected on the professional part. Okay, we might ask them, okay, how are you, but you are not going to talk beyond that. Yes. So why do we need to write these letters? Since we have these emails and everything, text messages, why don't we communicate with in the text message? Why do we need to waste a paper? Because these letters stay on record. Whenever we have to see if such a so order has been passed, what do? We go by the letter that has been duly signed by the writer. So there are various types of formal letters which we are going to do one by one. First is letter to the editor. Second is letter of complaint. Third, placing an order, wherein you write a letter for placing some order. Or fourth, making an inquiry. You want to inquire about some product and you write a letter for it. Okay. So before beginning with anything else, what is most important is your format. Format is most important part, and it also constitutes marks in your exams. Okay. If you write the wrong format, then your marks are deducted in the exam. So let's start with the format. Let's discuss it. First of all, we write the sender's address. Can you see this? The sender's address. Sender, who is the sender? The person who is writing the letter. For example, in the school, in your examination, you have been given a question that write a letter to your principal regarding so and so thing. So, first of all, you are going to write your address because you are the sender here. So, you are going to write your address in 3 lines. That is mandatory. I am telling you again, you are going to write the address in 3 lines. Even if it is not given in the question, then also you are going to make it of about 3 lines. Okay. Sender's address has to be written in 3 lines because you are sending. So on the first of all, you are going to write down your own address. Is that clear? Then you are going to leave one line. Then you are going to write down the date. Now date has to be written in this format. Okay. You are going to write it down 26th May 2018 or whatever. In full. You are not going to write down this 26/4/20. No. Not like this. Okay. Now, next is, then again you are going to leave one line. After that, you are going to write down the receiver's address. Who is the receiver? The person to whom you are writing the letter. The person who is going to receive your letter, to whom you are writing. Now again, this address has to be in 3 lines. This address, sender's address, was also in 3 lines, and this address is also going to be in 3 lines. This is compulsory. I am telling you again. This is very important. Have you understood? Who is the receiver? The person whom you are writing the letter. Again, you are going to leave one line, and then you are going to write down the subject. Subject should be short and should tell the receiver of the letter, the person who is going to receive the letter, what is the letter about. It should not be of about 3 to 4 lines. It should be short, compact, and it should carry the main elements. It should just tell the receiver, okay, this person has written this letter for so and so thing. In just 3 or 4 words, you are going to tell that person that, okay, this is the reason why I have written the letter. Then again you are going to leave one line, and then comes the salutation. What is salutation? Salutation is respected sir, respected ma'am. Okay, or just write simply sir or ma'am. This is the salutation. You are giving respect to the person. Okay, then comes the body of the letter. You are going to write down the body of the letter in 3 paragraphs. 3 paragraphs will include, the first paragraph will have the introduction. The introduction talks about the basic gist of the whole letter. You are going to summarize the whole letter, whatever you are going to say, in just 2 to 3 lines, and that is going to be your first paragraph, that is the introduction. Then introduction can also have that who are you, why have you written this letter, what is the basic purpose of writing the letter. Okay, next in the content, in the second paragraph, you are going to write down the basic problem. You are going to explain your problem. In the introduction, you just stated your problem. And now in the second paragraph, in the content, you are going to explain your problem in detail. Detail should not be very big. It should be compact, because the person who is reading your letter does not have so much of time. He or she should get your letter in short, yet that should be very descriptive. Okay, in the last paragraph, you are going to give a closing paragraph, wherein you will give some hope. You will tell that person that I am hoping for so and so action. You have written the letter, but what are your hopes from that person? What are you expecting from the person? Then you leave one line here, and then you write down the subscription. What is subscription? Yours obediently, yours faithfully, yours truly, or yours sincerely. All these are terms used in the formal letters. All these are the words used in the formal letter for subscription. Okay. Then leave one line here again, and you will write down, you will sign. You will leave one line, then you will sign. Then in the next line, you will write down your name. Okay, you are going to write down your name, and after that you are going to write down your designation. What is the post that you are handling, or what is your post in the office? That must be given in the question. Otherwise, no need to mention it. Enclosures, you need not be concerned with this. The name that you are going to write down here is not going to be in the block letters. It is going to be in the small letters only. It is not going to be in the block letters. Is that clear? Okay. Now, there are certain points that are to be remembered. It comes for 8 marks. What are the important points? In paragraph 1, as I already told you, that you have to deal with the introduction of the problem in brief. This is very important. You are just going to summarize the whole problem in just 2 to 3 lines, not more than that. Then in para 2, you are going to discuss the problem in detail. You are going to list what all are the problems, the reasons why this problem has occurred, or the factors which are responsible for this problem, and what are the consequences of this problem. What will happen? Because you are going to write down, or you are going to exactly mention how that problem is a big deal for you. Should have in paragraph 3, you should have some feasible solutions or suggestions to sort out the problem. Now again, as I told you before, you are going to write down what all are you expecting from the person. What do you expect? Why are you writing down the letters? Or you can give your own suggestions. Okay, all these things must be done in order to solve the problem. Okay, and in the last paragraph only, the closing line has to be a request to the publisher to publish your letter, because you are writing it down for the editor. We are going to start with letter to the editor, and you're going to ask the editor to publish your letters. Okay. Do you see this point? Remember, the editor is not your problem solver. The editor is not going to solve your problem. We are going to write a letter to the editor of a daily newspaper. Okay, why do we write a letter to the editor? Because so that the editor can publish your letter, so that your letter can reach a wider audience or can even reach the authorities. So, editor is not going to solve your problem. He or she should not be asked to take some immediate measures or necessary actions to solve the problem, because it is not in his or her hand to solve your problem. Your problems will be solved by the higher authorities, and that publisher or that newspaper is just going to publish your letter so that your letter can reach the higher authorities. Now, I have concluded some opening lines. I have written down it for you. I have written it down for you. Some possible opening sentences. Now, what can be these? You can start your letters with these lines. I am a resident of so and so place. I am writing this letter to express my views on, then your problem. For example, stray dogs are your problem. So, you are going to write, I am a resident of Jammu. I am writing this letter to express my views on the stray dogs in my locality. Or the second opening line, through the columns of your esteemed newspaper and widely read newspaper, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities and the general public to an important issue, which is stray dogs in our localities. This is a very common line that is used by the students in the exam. Or the third line that you can use is, I am a regular reader of your newspaper. I am a regular reader of your newspaper. I read an article on stray dogs in your newspaper. I strongly feel that. Now your views. You can write your views here. Okay, these are the 3 possible opening sentences that you can use in your letter writing. Now, what can be the possible concluding sentences? How can you close the letter? Most of you come to me and ask, ma'am, how do we start the letter? Or how do we close the letter? What can be the closing line? So I have jotted down various opening lines and various closing lines that you can always use in your exam. Possible concluding sentences are, point 1, I request you to publish this letter with some relevant photographs to spread awareness among the readers. What does this line means? That you are requesting the editor that he or she may put together some photographs with your letter. I hope this is again the most common one that the students use. I hope some more articles and reports on this issue would be published so that the concerned authorities would take some immediate measures to rectify the problem. And then this one. I hope that you will publish my letter and help initiate a public debate on this issue. These are the most important points that you need to keep in mind while writing down a letter. Thank you everyone for listening so patiently, and I'll be back with another video on the next letter. Till then, practice and keep writing. Thank you.